It is Sunday, June 22nd, 2025, and we are anchored on Duncan Bay in Cheboygan, the Michigan Cheboygan with a C, not the Wisconsin Cheboygan. We've spent the last couple hours vacuuming up all the flies.
Most of them ankle biters.
Yeah, they're the ankle biters. They're the ones that get you on the ankles. Very painful in one case just a minute ago. I was actually able to swat him while he's sucking my blood, but that hurt.
Because they're tenacious.
Yeah.
They're glued to you going, oh, I got a good source.
Yep. So, anyway. We'll spend a night at anchor here and then move into a marina tomorrow. I guess I haven't researched them yet. I guess there are a couple here. One of them's kind of a private boat club or something, but they accept transients. And the other, I guess, is probably the county or municipal marina. So anyway, we'll figure that out and go in and hook up to shore power for a night. Michelle thinks she might like to do a little bit of laundry, and we probably need to resupply with beer.
Go to the post office.
Go to the post office. Yeah, that's the main thing. We need to get to the post office. And I'm not too worried about resupplying with alcohol because I don't think we're going to go to Canada this year.
It's fine by me.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to make it there. We had talked about going up there, actually doing the North Channel and Georgian Bay, and because of the political climate,
they don't like us.
Yeah. I don't want to go anywhere. We're not boycotting them. That would be silly. Any Canadians who are boycotting the U.S. I think is equally silly. But yeah, we don't want to go anywhere we're not welcome, and I don't think we'd feel particularly welcome there. So we're just gonna probably hang out in the good old U.S. of A. I've heard from more than one source that Canadians are avoiding the United States, not just out of a boycott, but because they don't feel safe. And what the hell that means, I don't have the slightest idea. If they're talking about anything more than the ambient crime level, or.
Well, even my friend whose daughter had a baseball tournament in D.C., the Canadians wouldn't come because they didn't feel safe.
Yeah, what do they? Anyway, I don't know what they think Americans are going to do to them. Canadians, let me tell you, the average American doesn't even know you guys exist. So you're our polite,
our neighbor.
Yeah, our polite, friendly neighbor to the north, and that's all the average American knows about Canada. Anyway, yeah, too many beers. No point in going into a political ramble. Any of that's going to go on Rumble, which is where our home movies do. The unedited versions of everything, or less edited, I should say, versions of our home movies go on Rumble for no other reason than the video quality there seems to be better. I don't know why. Anything to add, hon?
Love you.
Love you more.
Thank you for being my fly tackler.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Killer.
That's quite a crop today. Well, it is Tuesday, June 24th, 2025, and we are parked in the county marina at Cheboygan, Michigan. We moved over here. Let's see if I can keep me out of this. We moved over here from the anchorage at Duncan Bay yesterday early afternoon, and I was feeling kind of rushed. We've got the no plan this year, and the whole point was not to feel rushed anywhere. And so anyway, we just reserved another night in the marina here. We're going to stay one more night so we can approach all of our jobs, our chores, our duties a little more leisurely.
And explore town.
And yeah, get to spend a little time looking around town, because we wouldn't have had time to do any of that today, but for the time we spent reprovisioning. So like I say, I hate to spend 3 nights in a marina, but it's kind of nice not to have to plan. And But the problem is, after this, and it would admit that was the other component, there was nowhere to go tomorrow. The winds are pretty much light and variable all day, so we ended up motoring wherever we went. And then tomorrow, or no, the day after tomorrow, is not much better, but there is a little more wind.
And we'll get wet crossing, going wherever we go, probably.
Yeah,
Thursday.
it looks, the best thing we can do, it looks like, is going to be close hauled, based on the current forecast, across the lake to something in the vicinity of Drummond Island, probably. So anyway, anything to add, hun?
It was a beautiful sunrise.
Yeah, it was a gorgeous sunrise.
And it's cooler.
Nice night. Yeah, it was in the temperature, or the temperatures, I should say, were in the 90s yesterday. It was hotter than Hades, in addition to being windy as hell. And so we had the AC fired up on the boat here once we got into the slip and got on shore power. And it improved the situation dramatically, but it was still pretty warm. Well, we were sitting in the cockpit last night, having a cocktail, and watching all this convective activity starting to head this way. And man, I mean, just suddenly there was a slight wind shift, and it got cool.
Cool.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it started raining. Huge drops. Didn't last very long, but enough to drive us below. And
cooled things off.
So it cooled things off, which is nice, because it was miserable. We went from looking at all these heat watches and warnings everywhere. You know, we're in the various locations where it's cold, overcast, windy, dreary, wet much of the time, and we're going, man, we could use us some of that heat watch warning stuff. And then when we got it, it's like, man, I wish it was cold again.
Never happy.
There's no keeping us happy. So anyway, very comfortable right now.
Yes, it is.
Anything else to add, huh?
I love you.
Love you more. That is all.
Should be some, yeah, like that. Those are pretty massive. It looks crazy that much is hanging down in the water. I always think that. I'm like, wow, you don't realize what's underneath the surface kind of when you're traversing past one of those buoys. It's very cool what they do out there. We really appreciate them for sure. So I'll pass back over to Captain Mark. I'll tell you a little about the Cheboygan crib line that we'll be seeing up here.
Right, on the left side you see small white light tower, and that's the Cheboygan crib line.
Actually, before the lighthouse was there, it was a light ship that was out there. So it was essentially a ship with a massive light on it. And my great-great-great-grandfather actually worked out there and manned that light ship. So there's obviously it doesn't protect them from the birds, but
We need something else for the birds.
yeah, I can think of a few things.
Yeah, right?
Enjoy the perks of it, and obviously getting to be on the water every day, so we're pretty blessed with that. But yeah, again, she wrote a book, Captain of My Own Ship, and she had a couple of larger miracles kind of along the way on this journey, and one of those was actually finding a message in a bottle.
So we only thought it was going to be quiet tonight. U.S. Coast Guard icebreaker and buoy tender Mackinaw. over there since we got here, and it left this morning sometime between the time our glass bottom boat tour ended and our walk back to the marina here. It was already gone. We could just see it disappearing on the horizon out there. So a little surprised to see it back again today. Short cruise.